views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. Hello, what's up, everybody? How everybody doing? How everybody feeling? How everybody living today? What's up, Deborah C? What's up, V? What's up, Smooth? What's up to M Corbin? Who else? Sharon. Thank you, Sharon, for being here. What's up, Patricia? All right. Shout out to all my members, moderators. I don't know if I have any mods here, but we'll still work it out. What's up, Angel on Earth? Thank you for being here. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and get into the Lizzo, but I wanted to go ahead and read her statement first. This is what Lizzo said. She finally released a statement after 2 days. Lizzo said, "These last few days have been gut-wrenching, difficult, and overwhelming disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional." Okay, so Lizzo is saying that they're unprofessional and, and basically they were being inappropriate. Remember, there were rumors that the girls are drinking before performances and stuff like that. So this kind of goes with that narrative they were already talking about. Shout out to Nadi, because Nadi talked about this earlier. She says, "As an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team." So this kind of speaks to, remember, they were allegedly saying they had to do a 12-hour dance rehearsal and stuff like that on the spot. This is probably what Lizzo is addressing. And rightfully so. If the girls aren't keeping up with the dance moves and you want to check, hell, Lizzo was making the band. That's what she was doing. Y'all remember Diddy used to make them people walk and go get them cheesecake? Well, that's what he was doing. I mean, that's what she was doing. Basically making them dance, see if they, was up to par. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Then Lizzo says, "I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain, and that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in this world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight gain." So this kind of speaks to the whole weight gain issue, telling one of the girls that she was fat. But I believe it was the dance coach that they were saying was calling the girls fat and stuff like that, not Lizzo herself. But the sexuality part, that speaks to her wanting to go to the banana place. Now, for those of you who don't know what the banana place is, that is in Amsterdam in the red light district. And basically what they do is stick bananas, in they no place, and then you eat the banana. That's basically what the place is, y'all. And there's an interview where Lizzo admits that she wanted to go to this place, by the way, too, as well. Then it said, I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support. Difficult time. Okay. So how do we feel about Lizzo's statement? Are we giving it a thumbs up or thumbs down? How we feel about it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Yeah, it's still early in the video, so I didn't want to call it what it was. What's up, Nelly? What's up, Joyful? Thank you for coming. Yeah, how we feel about it? Are we feeling like this actually spoke to, like, do we feel like, okay, Lizzo addressed it, or okay, thumbs down? Are they hiring because I want the position as the banana? I don't know. Do they speak English in Amsterdam? I think you don't even have to speak any language. I don't know. Go ahead and give them a call, Jack. Thumbs down. Lorene said thumbs down. Thumbs down. V. Okay, so we ain't feeling the statement. Okay, well, interesting enough, because I wanted to go ahead and play the CNN clip of the dancers, giving their side of the story. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now.
Overtly sexual atmosphere that permeated their workplace, which included outings where nudity and sexuality were a focal point.
Fair use.
The suit also alleges, among other things, that Lizzo called out one of the plaintiffs for her weight gain after accusing the dancer of not being committed to her role. Lizzo is known, of course, for her uplifting messages and advocacy for body positivity.
I'm not going to be able to please everybody with my outward appearance. Someone's always going to have a critique. Someone's always going to have some negativity to say about me. So all that matters is what I think about it.
Now, after what had been a notably lengthy silence this morning, Lizzo responded to the lawsuit on Instagram, writing, in part, the sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Joining us now are the three dancers, Crystal Williams, Ariana Davis, and Noel Rodriguez, along with their attorney, Ron Zambrano. Crystal, I want to start with you. The response that you have to the response from Lizzo after the silence for a pretty extended period of time.
Yeah, I want to say that reading it just kind of furthered my like disappointment in regards to the situation, just because the facts are the facts. What we experienced and what we witnessed is absolutely what happened. There's nothing sensationalized about it. So all that I can hope is that people focus more so on the facts rather than the court of public opinion.
Okay, so it seemed like the girls are still sticking with their word, saying that, it's not sensationalized. So yeah, they're sticking with this. So let's go ahead and continue. Remember, fair use, fair use.
Ariana, at what point did you realize that what you were experiencing, what you led you experienced, was not normal?
It's hard to answer that question because as this was my first professional job, I was told by the dance captain and, just it's this thing in the dance industry that you have to, shut up and, take whatever you get and just be grateful for whatever crumbs you get as a dancer. So a lot of things that were going on, it took me a really long time to figure out that it was wrong. It took me actually until leaving the camp that I figured out that everything that went on was bad, because I just chalked it up to, oh, Lizzo might be a diva, or, this is just the industry. This is what we go through. I mean, I think that I had inklings, like I would be on the phone with my mom all day and be like, just complaining about the disrespect and the treatment and the humiliation. I mean, Me personally, looking at the response from Lizzo was so disheartening because she was there. She was there. And to fix your hand to write on a piece of paper that you that you discredit everything we're saying is incredibly frustrating. The facts are the facts, like Crystal said. Was I pressured to touch a new performer? Yes. Was I brought into a private meeting where I was kind of interrogated about my personal matters and ended up having to share very personal things about myself regarding my weight? Yes. What I mean, the list goes on. Were we pressured to do an excruciatingly long rehearsal that turned into a re-audition for the job that we already booked because apparently we weren't doing good enough? Yes, that is true. During that excruciatingly long.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. I do want to say a few things. Yes, I have worked at a job and didn't know the things that were going on were wrong until afterwards. Was I a lot younger then? Yes, I was a lot younger, so I didn't know any better. But now I definitely understand. Now I understand this girl Ariana in the middle in the red is 24. Is somebody having you touch nude performers and stuff like that? I think you know that is wrong if you're not comfortable with that. I mean, you got to remember, we had a whole Me Too era. So, yeah, I get it. You felt pressured and it was like, shit, like, I don't want to lose this job. This is a great opportunity, blah, blah, blah. But I'm 50-50. How y'all feel about it? Are y'all 50-50 too? Or are you thinking that Lizzo bullied this girl? I'm 50-50 on this because I think you know right from wrong at age 24. If you don't feel comfortable touching a new dancer, don't touch it. Or don't touch her, I should say. I didn't mean to say it. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Here we go, you guys. Fair use. This is fair use.
Re-audition process, was I under the impression that if I left the stage, I would be fired? Yes. Did I unfortunately go to the bathroom on myself on one stage because I was so terrified? Yes. There is in a court of law, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know anything, but I know that if you ask someone to tell the truth, these things will come out of her mouth. If you have to say yes or no to these questions, she has to say yes because they are true. There was multiple witnesses, and I don't appreciate the discredit of our feelings and our experiences and our traumas.
Understood. Joelle, you allege that Lizzo intended to hit you.
Her name is actually Noelle. I don't know why he called her Joelle. But Ariana was saying, if you ask Lizzo these yes or no questions, she'll have to answer them yes or no. So, hey, I'm totally down. Hopefully this does go to court. Let's go.
You at one point after you, sorry, Noelle, the intended to hit you at one point after you resigned. Do you really think that she was going to resort or could resort to physical violence?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, the facts of that were that she actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles and she was like, "You're so effing lucky that basically I'm not going to hit you." And, I was in shock watching her do that and cracking her knuckles and acting as if she was going to come at me. And for a second, I was like, I don't think she's going to do that. Like, that's not what's going to happen. But the fact that one of her dancers, all of us were present, all the dancers were present for mostly all of these allegations. And in that meeting that we had where she got physical and was about to assault me, her best friend, who is also one of the dancers, had to jump out of the couch and physically hold her back from coming and hitting me. So yes, I do believe that.
Now, it kind of made it seem like Lizzo tried to strike her, but as I'm understanding, the person got up, well, her best friend who's the dancer got up and like kind of had to hold Lizzo back. But that could have just been to approach her like, you know, I'm gonna get in your face and talk my ish. That necessarily doesn't mean, what the hell is the security thing doing up here? And let me X that. But anyway, you know, that it could have been like something like, I'm gonna get more close up and personal. I don't necessarily mean that Lizzo was going to, you know, ball up her fist and punch the girl in her face. I think that's more that's an assumption. That's what she's basically saying right now.
That if she wasn't held back by that dancer, she would have hit me.
What you described there, there's clearly, not only do you believe you have witnesses, but potentially you have other people that would want to be party to a lawsuit like this or experience similar things. And I guess to some degree, I would direct that your way, Ron, in terms of, do you believe more people will join? Do you believe that there are other individuals who worked with these three women who experienced the same things that would like to join this lawsuit or sue on their own account in the future?
100%. People have already come on social media to support our clients. People have already reached out to my office through social media. 100% I believe more people will come forward, if not here where we are in Los Angeles, but in New York, and we've received other calls and inquiries from around the nation.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop that right there. And then I kind of wanted to speak about, because we have to remember, it's not just them, it's actually other people who have spoke on the behavior of Lizzo. So, you know, we can say, oh yeah, look at, you know, these girls are just trying to retaliate. But there are other people that came out, just like the film director. She actually released another statement yesterday. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here one moment. Oh, dang, where'd she go? Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, I guess I'm not going to be able to pull it up. I guess I'll just go ahead and read it off to you guys real quick. But she did a statement herself, and she said this. This is Sophia, the film director that quit after 2 weeks. This is what she said. If I can find it. Here we go. She said, let's be clear. Since I've spoken out, I've had others privately share their very similar experiences. And I have also been affirmed by people who witnessed what I went through. Lizzo creates an extremely toxic, hostile working environment and undermines the work, labor, and authority of other Black and brown women in the process. Woo! Notice how documentary ended up being directed by a cis white man. Oh, okay. She has a point. I don't remember, like, there is a Lizzo documentary, but I don't remember what the name of it. I would have to research that and see who the director is. But hey, that makes sense. Okay, she continues. She is narcissistic. She's a narcissistic bully and has built her brand off of lies. I was excited to support and protect a Black woman through the documentary process, but quickly learned her image and message, and she put message in quotations, was curated facade. I stand with the dancers and anyone who has had similar experiences working with her and her team. These working conditions are not okay. Wow. So yeah, and mind you, this lady is not in the lawsuit. As you heard, the lawyer had said, you know, they've been contacted by other people. He doesn't know at this time if anybody else is willing to join, but there are other people that are sharing the same sentiments. Here we go, you guys. I was trying to pull up a picture real quick. But yeah, there we go. That's a statement right there. And then that's a lady. Her name is Sophia. She's a filmmaker, and she was the one doing the documentary originally back in 2019. But because of the way Lizzo, you know, treated her, she bounced. Also, there's another lady who was her assistant camera person by the name of Charlene, who shared the same similar sentiments. Also, there's a dancer by the name of Courtney. Courtney is not in the lawsuit, but she does share the same similar sentiments as the dancers. And there's quite a few others who are not in the lawsuit that share the same sentiments. Now, I do want to go ahead and share my screen and pull up something else because the lawyer pulled out the big guns. Now, the lawyer, Lizzo's talking about Lizzo's lawyer. I'm sorry. Lizzo lawyer actually had showed that, hey, the girl Ariana Davis actually is applying or applied for season 2 of the reality show. She wanted to show that she's a singer. Here we go, guys. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Oh no, where's the volume button, y'all? Oh, it says it has no audio. Oh, that's weird. Huh, why does it say it has no audio? I swore this video had audio on it. Oh, you know what? TMZ probably took it down. Not took it down, but they muted the sound on it. Okay. I went ahead and canceled that. I'm sorry. All right, I was trying to show Ariana, but for whatever reason, it's muted. That is so weird. But yeah, the girl Ariana, the one who was in the red, she actually stated herself that, you know, she was applying for season 2 because she wanted to show that she's a singer. And now she wanted to try to be, you know, a Lizzo's background singer. It was very weird. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone real quick, you guys. I don't know why it wasn't working on the computer. See why I don't share my screen and stuff like that?
Hi, what's up? It's Ariana Davis from season 1 of Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. I know, you're probably thinking, why is she here? What is she doing auditioning for season 2? The short answer is, I'm a singer. And I just want to share that part of me with y'all. I know, I've been on tour. I've been working with Lizzo for some months, maybe close to a year now. And it's been so amazing and such a beautiful journey. And she's probably going to be like, girl, what are you doing? But anyway, I figured I might as well shoot my shot. I mean, I don't think she knows that I can sing. And the biggest thing about me is that I always say this, but dance is my first love and music is my passion. And if I was to be chosen for the cast of season 2 of Watch Out for the Big Girls,
All right, so this is very weird. She's wanting to apply again for the show. But if she's already the background dancer, why didn't she just hit up Lizzo's or like, hey, I would like to sing too? Here's the second part, you guys.
I don't know. I just think that it would mean the world to me to share my voice. I think my voice has gone quiet for too long. And I think that I have a story that people need to hear because I think they can relate to it. And I think it can help change lives and, you know, do what Lizzo's doing. I look up to her so much and I just want to follow in her footsteps and not only be an amazing dancer, but be an amazing singer and storyteller. I love to write music. I love to sing. And I just want to share that with the Queen Lizzo herself. Yeah.
Yeah, this is very weird, you guys, because you're going to apply for season 2. Now, I was trying to see what the date was. It doesn't list it here, like what the date of the audition was. Like, could she had still been on tour with Lizzo at the time and was all like, hey, let me apply? Or was this after she got fired, you know? It doesn't really say. And again, this is Hollywood Unlocked who had this footage, but it was from TMZ. Actually, I can try to see if I can find the TMZ article right now. Smooth says she had never been hired. She wants to be Lizzo. Oh, you think it's like some single white female stuff or a single black female? In this case, she want to be Lizzo. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go to TMZ and try to see if we can see a date of that audition video, like when she applied to be on the show. But in the meantime, let's talk about how Lizzo tried to steal this woman's boyfriend. Or no, she did. She stole this lady's boyfriend from 10 years ago. This clip has been going viral. So I wanted to go ahead and play and get your thoughts from it. Personally, for me, I just feel like, okay, this was 10 years ago, but I guess this kind of shows the character of Lizzo and how she's always been rude and a mean girl. So we're going to go ahead and play it, y'all.
I first met Lizzo late 2016, 2017-ish. She and my boyfriend were co-hosting a show on MTV called Wonderland. And no, she wasn't very nice. She wasn't very nice to me. I knew she didn't like me, but the people around her were nice. Like her sister seemed nice. And I kind of ignored it because I felt like, well, you know, she's already like in this celebrity scene or whatever. So she probably just feels like she has better things to do than talk to me. And I just noticed that, like, even when we were just out to eat or at the beach or something, she still wasn't very nice to me. And it wasn't like a production thing, like, oh, she's just really busy or whatever. She just didn't like me. She didn't say anything that was mean, but she was really like standoffish or like wouldn't talk to me. You know, like when I talked to her, it was kind of like, oh, okay, like get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you. So yeah, I eventually found out that she and my boyfriend had something going on, ex-boyfriend. And that was that. I left the relationship. I mean, yeah, it was heartbreaking. I mean, I was with him for 10 years. I supported him through everything. And when he finally got a big break, he left me for Lizzo. It was really hard for my mental health. I went through a really difficult period of time trying to be okay with this, because it wasn't just like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend. It was like, oh, I broke up with my boyfriend and he left me for a person who wasn't very nice to me and turned out to be, like, after the fact, after we broke up, she became a Grammy award-winning celebrity and everybody in the world loves her, and her message is like love and light and positivity. After knowing how she treated me, but I wasn't able to, I didn't want to say anything because it made me sound like a whiny little baby or something. So I didn't broadcast that was something that happened to me. Or when I did talk about it, I never named her because I just didn't feel like I would be supported or people would care, you know, like people loved her. So why would I try to like drag her name or whatever? So I just silently went through something really big and really hard. It was like my fight or flight response was triggered every time I heard her song on the radio, or like if I went to the movies and like her song was in the trailer. It was so difficult and I cried for so long and I felt so depressed. And like I was in a really bad spot for years because of how this happened. And I know it wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. It was his fault. It was the way he handled it. She has no responsibility to me. But I think they could have both been a little more kind in the way that they chose to get together, you know, like he could have broken up with me, or she could have maybe suggested that he break up with me before they started something, because the text messages were something that I'll never be able to not see in my head. I think I'm feeling emotional right now because this is the first time I've ever been able to freely speak on it and feel like people will hear what I'm saying and not just like come at me for saying something about somebody that they really like. And it feels like this validation. And I try to be a good person, you know, I try to let things go, forgive, you know, just move on. But some things just stick with you until it gets lifted off of your spirit. And I feel like this is a moment where it's gotten lifted off of my spirit that she's not everything that she's been saying she is. And I've known that for a long time, but I tried to let it go. But now that it's coming to light, who she really is and how she really operates, it's just like vindication.
All right, so that was her name is Brooklyn. She actually, you know, told that story, but my thing is that she should have kept it to herself. And this is why. And you know, I hate being the asshole. Again, I'm not a woman, so maybe I don't understand her point of view, but to me, I'm kind of like, yeah, you probably could have kept that story to yourself, especially 10 years. Now, if you still affected by a 10-year breakup, that's therapy. I don't think that's on Lizzo. Now, she did not blame Lizzo, but for me, I just think she should have kept it to herself. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Should that lady have kept that story to herself, or she's free to express herself? I think she should have kept it to herself, y'all. I'm just being honest. She should have just kept that to herself. Like, why, you know, say that now? Now, if she wanted to say, like, hey, I know from experience that Lizzo is a mean girl, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's fine. But her, you know, getting with your dude, that's really your dude fault, you know? He's the one that left you for Lizzo. You know, he left you for Lizzo. To me, I just think like, yeah, I would have just let that go. Yeah, see, I agree. She should have just kept it to herself. She could have just told us, like, hey, I know from experience that Lizzo is a mean girl. But you know, when she was telling that story, she was getting emotional and she was crying. Oh, you still not healed from that. My sister, you got to heal from that. But I wanted to pull up the TMZ article about, you know, Ariana saying that she, singing Lizzo's praises. So that was April 2023, y'all. April 2023, she was just singing her praises. This reminds me similar to what I went through, and I don't want to go through all the details and stuff like that, but there was somebody who has there is someone who has my PayPal tied up because they were unhappy with the work I did, but they did multiple videos singing my praises, and now they have buyer's remorse. So are we thinking that Ariana, now I can't say the other girls, but Ariana, are we thinking that she might have buyer's remorse? Because that's what I'm getting. She got buyer's remorse. Lizzo pulled a Britney Spears. Ray Ray says she got that WAP. I think Lizzo do got some WAP. I think she got some good WAP. So in 4 months, what changed? Right, Junior, she got fired. That's what changed. Like, this literally looks like, oh, I got fired, so this is why I want to speak my piece. This is what it's looking like. It's not looking like, oh, yeah, she did me wrong. She did this and that. It's looking like, oh, she fired me. Now I want to get my get back. Oh, it wasn't 10 years ago. It was I apologize. Okay, it wasn't 10 years ago. Okay, I thought the girl had said, and we're talking about the video I just played. I thought she said that happened 10 years ago. Well, Benita, I know she got fired in April, but it was April when she did the video. Like, that couldn't just happen within the span of 4 weeks. Like, that's pretty fast. Like, all of a sudden, within 4 weeks, you become a horrible person. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. The last show that I did about Lizzo, I was team the victims. But now this one, I'm a little like, I'm on fence. I'm going to go ahead and play that video from the girl Brooklyn, who stated that, about Lizzo taking her boyfriend, because I just want to know if she said this happened 10 years ago or she was in a 10-year relationship. Let me go ahead and play it one more time, you guys.
I first met Lizzo late 2016, 2017-ish. She and my boyfriend were co-hosting a show on MTV called Wonderland. And no, she wasn't very nice. She wasn't very nice to me. I knew she didn't like me, but the people around her were nice. Like, her sister seemed nice. And I kind of ignored it because I felt like, well, she's already like in this celebrity scene or whatever, so she probably just feels like she has better things to do than talk to me. And I just noticed that, like, even
if this was, she met her in 2016, 2017. Okay, got it. Okay, you guys are right. Ding, 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 ding. I apologize. Okay. I thought I heard she said 10 years ago. Okay, it was a 10-year relationship, and this happened in 2016, 17. And she did say, I didn't tell this. I would tell the story, but I wouldn't mention a name, who it was. And I was thinking this too, because let's talk about Lizzo's image and stuff like that. I want to speak to that real quick. Did Lizzo come out saying that, she was a big girl and she's about women empowerment? Or do you guys feel like Lizzo was pushed to be this this beacon of hope? Like, was she pushed to be this? I almost feel like Lizzo was pushed to be this kind of person. And maybe this is not really her. Maybe she didn't want to be, the leader of the big girls and, champion women. Maybe this was pressured on her. Because granted, you know, unfortunately for her, they don't like a big girl. I think Adele got away with it, but I don't think somebody like Lizzo, if she just came on just with her just being talented, they would have took her on. I think she had to almost position herself to be like, hey, I'm comfortable with my body. This is who I am. Was that always her, or was this a narrative pushed on her? Because once a narrative is pushed on you, you have to kind of, you got to rock with it, you know? And this would explain why Lizzo always needs to take a break from social media and she can't handle it and stuff like that. And it seemed like Lizzo tries to Lizzo tries to overdo it sometimes. You know, it was a time where you see Lizzo shaking her ass every video. Every video she uploaded on Instagram, she either had her ass out or she was shaking it. And I'm not saying she doesn't like herself, but every video, this seems like something that was forced on her. I mean, allegedly she's making a killing from it, you know? You're right, Miss Kitty Cat. You're right. Adele got the complexion for the protection, so I can definitely see it working in her favor compared to Lizzo. Now, I will say, you know, fame does kind of change you. And I think this was something where the fame kind of came quickly. In the sense of her being, you know, rising to superstardom, that didn't come quickly. But once she went viral with the Truth Hurts song, that's when she really started picking up steam and stuff like that. Lizzo has been doing music forever. I think I discovered Lizzo back in 2017. I was familiar with her music and stuff like that, but she didn't really hit it off until 2019-20. Just like that Truth Hurts song, that song came out a year before it topped the charts. It just so happened the song went viral, and then that's when she started winning Grammys and everything like that. But other than that, that song was old. So I'm thinking this was something probably thrust upon her. Like, hey, you're going to be this beacon of hope. You're going to be talking about women empowerment. This is going to be your thing. People are going to love it and they're going to eat it up. Why do our people have to always show ass through, though, to portray body positivity? Inspired, that's a very good question. That is a very good question. But I would say, now, do I think Lizzo needs to show her ass every 5 seconds? No. However, I will say this. They have compared her to pictures of Rihanna, Nicki Minaj. You know, when they show their ass off, nobody say anything. But when Lizzo show off her ass, everybody has a problem. So I will say that. She had no choice. Oh, wow, Mona Lisa. Lizzo was featured on Prince's album back in 2014. Oh, wow, I didn't know she was featured on Prince's album. That's actually pretty dope. But yeah, she's been around for a long time. Her superstardom didn't happen until now. Adele was bullied. Adele was bullied too. A famous clothing designer body shamed her, but got backlash and apologized. Anytime a woman gained weight, fat, they're heavily criticized. Never forget Gabourey Sidibe. Right. And she still gets criticized, you know? Every 5 minutes, somebody is saying, you know, precious, precious, precious. I mean, I remember there used to be girls named Precious back in elementary school. Now, anytime somebody call you Precious, it's not a good thing. Just like when you call an ugly baby Precious, that's not a good thing. That means that baby is ugly when you call it Precious. When Lizzo does it's like distasteful, but Rihanna just doesn't go to basketball games with her ass out. Like, let's be honest. True, I can definitely see that. There's a time and a place for it, Inspired. I definitely agree with you on that. But should we be policing women in their bodies? Ha! I'm gonna throw it back in y'all face. Should we be policing women in their bodies? What happened to women empowerment? What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, I think also too with Lizzo, um, I think she needs a better team around her. I definitely do think that dancer lady, and we're talking about the Charlene Quigley lady. I definitely think that maybe there is some issues with her. And I think this speaks to having a good team around you because they said the working environment. Remember, this is what they're suing for. They're saying the working environment was hostile. That's their complaint. And then we'll get into, racial, disability discrimination, false imprisonment. It lists about, I think, 7 or 8 different things, but basically creating a hostile work environment. That was the thing. But people can't make up their mind. Right, Junior, that's true. People can't make up their mind because there's people like Monique and Adele. They got criticized for losing weight. So you never win at the end of the day. That definitely proves that. You never can win, no matter what. She got what she wanted. She is viral. True. Rihanna and Nicki Minaj been practically naked. Ain't nothing said. But because Lizzo is a larger woman, it's a problem. I agree, Miss Kitty. I agree. Because you see a little cellulite on the ass, everybody got a problem. But your mama got cellulite on her ass. I do think it's a discrimination because she is a bigger girl. I can see both sides of the coin. I love Lizzo. Okay, Inspired. No. I didn't think you were hating. I think you were just making a point. But no, I appreciate you seeing both sides of the coin. I do appreciate that. Audrey said, let's be honest, all women who showcase their cheeks look trashy. Kiki was wrong too. Audrey, you a hater. Ain't nothing wrong with Kiki Palmer cheeks. I look at them cheeks every day. And I said, look, L-O-O-K, not lick. Money will bring out the real you. How we know Lizzo wasn't always rude and freaky big freaky big girl. Right. How we know she wasn't mean and freaky at the same time? Well, she always been a freak. I don't think the freak part is debatable. You can win, just have to not give a F what people say. Okay, Lisa, I agree. How come they didn't file charges? It was that how come they didn't file charges if it was that bad? That's a good question, Nadi. And I know you asked that too. Like, okay, when she went to go try to punch you, did you file any charges? I remember you asked that. And no, from what I'm understanding, they didn't try to file any charges or anything like that. Again, it's the after. That's why we always question it. It's the after effect. Luther Vandross, yeah, he dropped weight too as well. Don't forget about Aretha Franklin. She dropped weight too. Audrey said, I'm not a hater. Well, I have your cheeks out, little and big. Okay, so you don't discriminate. It's either the little girls and the big girls. You don't like when they cheeks be out. Or the imprisonment file chart. Yeah. And I want to explain with the Ariana girl, the issue with the imprisonment was that she was recording because she has a disability where she can't remember things. So she recorded a conversation or a meeting that they had with Lizzo. She recorded it so she can go back and, comprehend what was being said. And so when Lizzo found out that she was recording, that's when they locked her in a room. They went through her phone and stuff like that. And, were deleting the videos and stuff like that. And so that's why she was saying she was in prison. What's up, Couture Bay? She said, I think Lizzo needs to stop being friendly with employees. I definitely agree too. I definitely agree. I've never taken any of my moderators to a strip joint and was all like, hey, y'all like this? I would never do that. You know, even though they don't get paid, but I would never tell my moderators like, hey, let's go here, or, you know, somewhere they would be uncomfortable. If anything, I'm going to ask them like, hey, you want to come to the red light district? You want to come here? They like to get freaky. I'm going to specifically tell them everything it entails, and I'm not just going to spring stuff on them and surprise them. When you have people, you know, associated with you or working with you, you got to be very careful. Oh, Cali girl says she thinks those people are trying to cancel her. Okay. But do you think this is a humiliation ritual? No. I know some people were saying I think they're trying to plot against Lizzo and stuff like that. I think there is some truth to what the girls are saying. Now, do I believe everything that the girls are saying? No. But do I think Lizzo probably got a temper on her, or probably, you know, talk to him like, hey, very stern, not all playful and happy all the time? Yeah. Because shit, it's hard being all happy all the time. I'm pretty sure she'd be all like, you know, get your shit together. I'm pretty sure she had to probably raise her voice a few times. This is retaliation. Lizzo said no to something. Right. And remember, the girls were fired. I think Noelle, the chick that was on the right side, the last one, she was not fired. She said she walked away. They don't need to know how freaky you are. That is true. They don't need to know that. When you a boss, sometimes you have to be that way. I agree, Miss Kitty. Do you think Lizzo walked through the wrong door when she signed? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Humiliation ritual. Okay, some people think it is. Yep, it can't be both ways. Okay, well, let me ask you guys. Do you guys think that this is some kind of humiliation ritual or a coup against Lizzo? Or do you think that there's some truth to this? What do you guys think? Wait, a lot of these accusations happen in some very public ass settings. Surely there should be plenty of witnesses. Well, yeah, that's why the and Junior, that's why the lawyer had said, you know, there could be more people coming on. You know, they have heard other stories. And remember, I'm also going by the people who are not listed in the lawsuit, like Sophia, Courtney. These women are not in the lawsuit, but they shared similar sentiments as far as Lizzo and her character. Do I think Lizzo's character might be a little shitty? Yeah, I think it's a little shitty, but I think her as a person, you know, as a businesswoman, I don't think she's all these different things. No. Okay, you think it's a money grab? Something occurred, right, Darnell? Right, Miss Darnell? That's true. I don't believe some of it, but not all. Yeah, some of it, but not all. Yeah. I honestly believe it's more of her handlers and the people around her. That's what I was saying. I am my own God 82. I was thinking that it's the people around her. She definitely needs to change her team, because don't forget, it's the dance captain and it's the production team also being sued, not just Lizzo. So it's definitely the people around her as well too. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yep. And then, oh, and also we got the girl who said that Lizzo stole her man. Or she didn't say it like that, y'all, but you know, I'm just adding more to it. It's 50-50 split for me. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me check out the poll. What did you guys vote so far? And I know, you know, there's the option like, you know, need more information, but I kind of don't like when y'all have a shortcut or, you know, a way out. So that's why I questioned it the way I did on purpose. Turn it off. Okay, 71% said they believe the dancers, crew, and everyone else. Okay. They went along with the program until what? Sexy 60. That's fair. They went along with the program. That's definitely fair. I can't disagree with you on that because they did definitely go along with it. What point did they say, no, this is not right? Or did they ever say, no, it's not right? Oh, that dance captain is batshit. Yeah, remember I was telling you guys a story about how she quote unquote went missing. Oh yeah, make sure y'all get them likes up too. Definitely. And also you can support the channel by sending a super chat, super sticker, or the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Y'all know. Oh, you're Couture Bay, you make a good point, right? The three ladies said that spoke up said it was Lizzo who physically threatened them. Well, only one said they were physically threatened. Noelle Rodriguez, she said that she was physically threatened. The other one said they were, scared into, performing and doing things, but they didn't say they were physically threatened. Only one of them said they were physically threatened until it was not beneficial for them. Yep. Beyonce head captain dancer was either fired or walked away. Now she's talking a whole bunch of mess online about Beyonce. Yeah, I heard, there was something with her dance captain too. Now she's doing interviews. And if you work for Beyonce, you ain't supposed to do no interviews, no nothing. You're supposed to keep your mouth shut. Two of them said, okay. Okay, I thought it was just Noelle. Was it Crystal who said she was physically threatened? Because Ariana said she felt fearful not to that she couldn't go to the bathroom and leave the stage, so she used the bathroom on herself. So I don't know if that counts as physical, if that's what you're counting. Just like the only one who was who is affected by the false imprisonment is Ariana. And again, Crystal, the other girl, she actually has something specific too, because she said she was told that they were supposed to get 50%, for their salary for their time off, but then the accountant came back and said 25, and the women of color on the dance crew were talked to a different way compared to the other staff that were white. So hers is specifically more of the racial stuff. A lot of people be down for all that freaky stuff, and some people are not. True. Beyonce dance captain has retracted, so the NDA is iron proof. Oh, okay. Thank you, Couture Bay, for that. Okay. In the interview, because Couture Bay, didn't she give an interview to People Magazine or something? And she didn't say oh yeah, this and that, but she didn't basically drag Beyonce, but she just said oh, I moved on, and she gave a soft interview. She didn't really go in. NDAs conceal a lot of bad things that happen behind the scenes. Now, I have a question. Is Stephanie still here? Because if you sign an NDA, but some really bad things happen to you, can you not discuss it or take legal action? I don't want to go into details, but you know what I mean. If something really bad, say if they beat your ass, you can't then go back and sue them. Because if you assault me, I'm definitely suing. I don't care if I sign an NDA or not. Because I feel like NDAs are more for the secrets, and giving personal information. But if something happens to you, you should be able to sue, right? It has to be unlawful to break your NDA. Okay, thank you, Couture Bay. Look, we got lawyers in here since Stephanie ain't doing her damn job. Thank you, Couture Bay. I appreciate that. what the Nene leaks is going on. But that is above Lizzo. Sounds like it was an HR people. Lizzo probably ain't got no HR, Benita. That's probably the problem. Yeah, I definitely think Lizzo ain't got no HR people. NDA allowed them to push limits, though. Like one dancer claimed she couldn't go to the bathroom. Yeah, and I'm assuming these girls probably didn't sign any NDAs. Yeah, they probably didn't sign any NDAs or anything like that. Miss Barbara said, anytime the law is broken, no paper can stop you from going to jail if you break the law. Okay, thank you, Miss Barbara. And hit up Miss Barbara if you're looking for an apartment in New York City. And she not humble at all. Yeah. Lizzo didn't seem like she was apologizing or taking any accountability. She basically said, like, yo, these allegations are not true, and I had to speak out against them. I think NDAs can be for life, like they can be forever, but you know, also it depends on, you know, the limits that you put on the NDA. Like that's worked out in the NDA. I do know that part. How long you can't speak for, if this is like forever, or you know, the legalities of it. Lizzo, she is arrogant. I can definitely see that. I'm more on Lizzo's side, but I will say this. I did an internship at Interscope when I was in college and saw things you only see in the movies. The industry is a nasty playground, and you upright to be a beast to survive. You can't NDA around wrongdoing. Oh, Stephanie, now you want to come out of the bushes and say something? Let me block you. I'm just kidding. Stephanie know I love her. She knows it's all jokes. All right, y'all, we are going to go ahead and end the show right here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. This was a very good conversation. It seemed like every day something is new with Lizzo. So more than likely, we are probably going to be back again talking about this situation. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. And we'll be back a little later, probably shoot the shit. I do owe you guys a members live, so if you haven't signed up for the membership, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. But other than that, y'all, let's go ahead and get out of here. Deuces, everybody.